Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kr0nus, and I'm here to do something a little bit different. I'm going to commentate on the rolls that I did for my birthday. So, over the weekend, I turned 40 years old, and every year I like to roll for as many minutes as I am old. So, this year was 40 minutes, so I rolled for pretty much 40 minutes straight. I took like small breaks in between, maybe like 15 seconds here or there. In between rounds, but it's a long time, for somebody my age, I guess. But I think I did pretty good, and we're gonna go over like kind of like my style and stuff like that, and how it was moving, and like I'll explain like my whole game, or part of my game anyway, throughout this video. And keep something in mind as well. I'm recovering from a cervical neck sprain, so I didn't get to go like fully 100% for a lot of my stuff because any sort of pressure on my neck going this way, especially. It hurts a lot, so I can't really invert very well. I'm not very good at inverting anyway, but I still try to do it. And then there's a couple times where you'll see me tap kind of out of nowhere just when somebody started to attack my neck because my neck is still healing and it's not 100% yet. So I didn't want to, fuck my neck up even more and stay out for even longer because I got the cervical neck sprain, but I didn't really take any time off. And I've just been going with, training partners that I knew that would take care of my neck, or at least I tell them like, listen, hey, if you go for my neck, you can. I'll just tap, but I have to trust you that you're going to stop when I tap, and it's going to be early. So yeah, that's the only caveats. And obviously because my neck sprain, I wasn't at. I'm not in the best shape right now, but I'm not in bad shape, so I'm still in pretty good shape, especially for 40. I'm pretty good for 40. So anyway, here we go. So let's bring up. So this is a Kr0nus where I train. The first guy I'm going to come up with, he's a white belt. So this one, it's going to be kind of one-sided because I'm a purple belt and he's a white belt. But figured I'd start off with somebody not as difficult like I did a couple years ago. Because last time I started with my instructor Mauricio, and that was a huge fucking mistake. I don't think I tapped anybody out that time. In fact, I made an entire video of just me tapping out. So it was a lot. So yeah, without any further ado, let's go. So throughout all these rolls, I didn't want to do too many takedowns. I want to do a lot of defensive wrestling because I didn't want to possibly get caught in the guillotine. So we're gonna start off right now. Just gonna do a straight collar tie. He pulls, kind of he's trying to pull guard, but he couldn't. So I just bypassed real quick. Like I said, he's a white belt. So I'm trying to get a good side control right here. I go to mount because he's bigger than me. This guy had me by at least probably 50 pounds. I'm imagining. So I'm just trying to cook him right now. Basically try to get him tired so I can submit him. And I'm going to look for his arm, I think, on this one. You notice that I'm grapevinding his legs so he can't get up. I don't like mount very much. I'll use it to get somebody tired, but I usually like side control more. So I go back to side control, and here I'm looking for an arm. I already got his arm right there. Straight arm lock. Boom, that's a tap. That's one of my favorite moves is that straight arm lock because I lock it up from the Kimura position. And then I'll just keep going and straighten the arm out instead of like putting it behind your back. So right here it goes for a takedown. I'm looking for a Kimura again. And I'm going to roll back into the Kimura. He taps right there. So I had to be careful because there was a lot of momentum and, he's a bigger guy. I didn't want to, mess him up on the way down. So again, just doing some defensive wrestling here. Getting down a little low. Moving around with him a little bit. Thinking about a guillotine. I'm going to go for a guillotine as he goes for this takedown. My guillotine was not good, as you can see. It was a pretty terrible guillotine, so I abandon it here in a second. Yeah, I just go for guard real quick, see what he's going to do, and then I'm going to try to sweep him with a scissor sweep. So the scissor sweep I'm going to go for is actually not even really a scissor sweep. I just kind of turn him over. So I just stop his leg and turn him over. So I'm going to look for an arm again right here from side control. Step over again for grapevine mount. Just putting some pressure on him so I get him a little bit tired. Right now I'm looking for an arm. You can see which arm I'm going for, obviously. It's that one right there. Straight arm lock's probably going to come. Actually, no. I didn't go for straight arm lock here. I'm going to go for an arm bar. Bow, arm bar. I don't like doing the same move over and over again very often. Sometimes I'll do it, especially when I get tired, but I like to try to diversify my submissions. But you probably won't see me do a triangle or anything like that. So, because I'm not good at triangles. Easy takedown. I didn't try to go for anything, fancy or, try to explode on the guy. Because, like I said, he was a newer guy. He's a white belt. And we've rolled a few times before. And I don't want to, like, blast him. So try and take care of your white belts if you can. So right here I'm looking for, I think, an arm again. But I'm going to go for mount. And then, let's see here. I'm going to grapevine again. And we go in here. think I'm just trying to tire. I'm making sure to kind of conserve my energy a little bit because I know I have to roll for a long time. So I'm gonna try to go for another armbar right here. Bam, armbar. Yeah. I held on to it before I pulled all the way back because I wanted to give him time to tap. Because sometimes even when you explode on something like that and you go all the way back, you might pull his arm before you want to and before he has time to tap. So right here, I'm just kind of hand fighting, looking to take his back. That's not working. I'm gonna go for kind of a trip takedown, pretty easy. When I say easy, I mean like an easy takedown, more like a gentle takedown. I'm not saying that it's easy for him or easy for me, but it's just gentle. That's a far side armbar that I got, even though I just said I didn't want to do the same move over and over again. I armbarred him, I think, 3 times at this point, but sometimes I take what somebody gives to me. So right here, I was looking for an arm drag, but he didn't give it to me. So I abandoned it. I'm staying kind of high because my defensive wrestling, when somebody goes for a single, that's what I'm trying to bait them in for is a single. And then I have defenses for that, but he wasn't taking the bait. So I'm trying to take his back, and then I was thinking about an armbar here from the back, but then I'm thinking, oh, I can't do this because of my head. so I didn't want to post on my neck or on my head and my neck. So I go to my favorite guard. This is half guard with the knee shield. With bigger guy, knee shield works pretty good. So right, I'm looking for a sweep, but he steps out. So get back to my feet. Now I think I'm going to go for a takedown here. Just doing some collar ties, and then right here I think I'm going to switch. Right, there we go, right there. Not too fancy, it's not pretty, but it works. So, and then going for his arm again, straight on line. Oh nope, I let it go. All right. So now it's 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds. And I'm looking for something, anything. I'm thinking of a triangle right here, even though I'm not good at triangles. So I'm thinking for a triangle, go to my back for the triangle. I can't get my leg all the way around him, so I'm going to go for armbar right there. Boom. I switch the leg over, armbar. So that was the first guy. That was a lot of taps, but he was a white belt and I'm a purple belt, so that's kind of to be expected. So this next guy, I'm just going to come up. I think time's going to expire right here. Yeah, right here. So next guy that's coming up is a guy I never rolled with before. I met him that day. It's going to be a guy in white. His name is Anthony. And let's see. This is my quick little break that I'm going to get. Usually I do them back to back, but because I'm coming over like an injury and I'm not, like my cardio's not 100% right now. It's still pretty good, but I just want to make sure I didn't basically die this whole time. And I gave people, a good challenge while rolling. So I didn't know anything about this guy. All right, so I'm just trying to, feel him out. I don't know what his style was. I didn't even know what his belly was. But then pretty soon, right here, I'm like, shit, he's a wrestler. I'm like, all right, I got my fucking hands full right now. So this guy's going to have his way with me for a minute. Yeah, you see he goes right to side control. He does a really good job going to side control. Keeps it real tight. Right now I'm just thinking, all right, this guy's a wrestler. Let's think of some ways out of this, He puts his arm up, and so right here we're going to talk for a second. And I ask him what belt he is right here. And then he tells me blue belt. And then he goes, why, are you going to wrist lock me? And I was like, yeah, I was thinking about it. Because that's why I had my hand on his wrist and my other hand on his elbow. And I was thinking about wrist locking him. So we just kind of had a little joke about that. So he goes to knee on belly, keeps it real tight. Let's see. He's pulling on my neck a little bit, so I'm like, oh, this sucks. But I'm not going to tap from that. Even though it really does hurt, though, like my neck. Even just that little pressure right there. So I just bounce him off me real quick from mount. I don't want to be totally dominated here, but this guy, he's good. He's quick, he's strong, and he knows what he's doing. So right here, I'm trying to go for a sweep. And he does, the sweep that I do is actually pretty cool, but in the end, you'll see what happens. Watch. So right here, I think I'm going to dump him over backwards. So right here, I have control of him, dumping him over, come back over. He's like, none of that shit, get back down. So, yeah, and he tries to go for a quick armbar, and I'm not having none of that. But that was a surprise armbar. And that thing that he did when he just kind of tossed me over, I was like, damn, this guy's got some strength on him. And that quick armbar was some technique, but he didn't have position first. That's why he missed the armbar, because my arm wasn't totally extended out, and he didn't have a position to really armbar me. but he'll get a chance to armbar me again a couple times. So right here he's got a really good mount. I think he's looking for an arm right here, but I just pulled quarter guard. If you look at my legs, his foot is in between my legs. So I'm relatively safe right here. I'm trying to come back over, turn towards him for a regular half guard, but he's kind of mounted. He just slides off me. It's really good using his weight on me, making me move him instead of him, moving himself. So that's a quick side control escape that I use all the time. I think it's called the ghost escape, but I use it a lot. So right here, I'm thinking of trying to get my half guard back, but it's kind of a shitty half guard. You can't really get a half guard like that. So right now, I'm waiting for an opportunity to do the same escape again. See where my arm is coming out to his side? I'm trying to pop out of that direction. As soon as his arm comes from around me, I'm gonna try and pop out that direction. So where is it coming? Did I move my hand? Right here, but my head gets stuck and my neck hurts, so I can't get out of the way, so I get stuck again. So I'm looking for the same opportunity again. He goes to north-south position. He's looking for my arms for Kr0nus. So I do what I like to call the Napoleon defense. So I just put my arm up like this, up my body, so he can't Kr0nus me. And then what eventually I'll do is I'll grab my own hand and pull it through to Kr0nus him. So grab my own hand, I'm gonna start to pull it through, but he goes for an armbar. It's a great combination. I'm thinking about an escape, but I don't have time. And he got me. So it's a good tap. That was a really good armbar he got me with. It was a Kr0nus to an armbar. That was a great combination that this guy pulled on me. So now I know this guy's a wrestler, so I know that I'm not gonna be able to take him down really at all. Well, I probably could, but I'm not a good wrestler, so my takedowns are rudimentary at best. I mean, I have some go-tos, but not against a wrestler. So I'm just thinking, all right, I'm gonna try to dump him right here, and then come back up. But he's too fast. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sit on my butt and see what he's gonna give me. So he hops around real quick. He moves around real quick. So I'm trying to feed my arm back through his legs so I can do that same escape again. He's going for the Kr0nus again. I do that little Napoleon defense and I pull my arm around, so it'll pop out right there. So he can't Kr0nus me again or Kr0nus armbar me. Same escape. He was trying to do a step over for a far side armbar, but I did the same like ghost escape where I just slip out, he hops around. Another armbar too fast. He was trying to go for it too quick. So right now I'm thinking, fuck it, let's go for straight ankle lock. So I go belly down, right there, tap. So I had to figure out a way how to slow him down. So taking his legs is one of the best ways for me to get a guy that's faster and stronger than me and a much better wrestler than me. So now I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to try and bait him to take on my legs. So I'm going to leave one of my legs forward on purpose so he'll go for a single leg. Right there, single leg, took the bait, and then I take a Kr0nus right here. Boom. Right to the straight arm lock. So that's a good way to defend a single leg takedown. If you have room to reach over like that, it's a really good defense. So I think I've done it a couple times. Yeah, I did it once before with that white belt. Same sort of defense. And right here, the round's about to go up. So yeah, I really like doing that defense for the single leg is going for that Kr0nus to threaten it, and also just rolling backwards. So now you get to see me get basically my ass kicked for the next 5 minutes. This is my instructor, Mauricio Alonso. If you don't know who he is, if you look at Josh Koscheck, his last fight in Bellator, Mauricio is the guy who knocked him the fuck out. So he's obviously an MMA guy. He's black belt in Jiu Jitsu under Ryan Gracie, and his style of Jiu Jitsu is like pressure, like lots of pressure. So which is not good for my neck. So just kind of dancing around with him for a second and seeing if I can take him down, which I probably won't. But if I can keep him on the feet for a little bit, I'm not getting smashed. So so we're just trying to jockey for position here. He goes for a single. I'm looking for that Kr0nus, but I can't reach around because he's putting his arm in the right position. So I go to half guard with the knee shield. Put my feet together because me and him, we do leg locks on each other. So I try and keep my feet safe. Anytime he comes up, I'll step on my own feet. It also reinforces my knee shield. But against Mauricio, it really doesn't fucking matter. He's just going to get out of it anyway. So I'm trying to keep an open guard here, trying to look for a leg. But he does a really good job just bypassing all my guard like it was paper. So it's a good side control, nice and tight. There's already pressure on my neck right here. I remember already thinking, fuck, this already sucks. But I'm trying to stick in there. Yeah, right here. See, I tapped right there because he stepped over for, he was going to go for a triangle. He went from mount like all the way to triangle because His legs are so long, he can do that. And as soon as he pulled my neck up, I already knew I didn't have an escape, and it was already pressure on my neck, so I just tapped. I tapped early. So, but I had to. I'm not going to sacrifice my neck when I knew that he was probably going to get it. So right here, I'm looking for his arm. So if you look, how I'm playing with his right arm with my left hand. I'm looking to do a rolling Kr0nus, but he knows that. We rolled a lot. See right there, I try to jump for it, and I get it, and I have to let it go. And right here, I'm afraid he's going to take my back, so I'm trying to work back around so I can be in his guard. Even though I really don't want to be in his guard, but I really have no choice. Because once he goes to high guard, it's hard to get out. And you hear him talking in the background, because there's a new guy that's over to the left, and he was rolling with a really good blue belt that goes really hard, and you just had to let him know that he's new, so don't go as hard with somebody that's new. So right here I can feel his legs creeping up, and I don't want to get it triangled, especially again. That'd be embarrassing, right? Right here I'm looking for his arm again, and he's going deep half. He's looking for a leg. I'm looking for his leg, and now we're playing footsies, so I'm trying to keep my legs close while trying to pull his leg across. Yeah, but he got me in a heel hook first, so knowing to tap with a heel hook. All right, so I knew. I mean, I've been doing heel hooks for a while. I'm no expert, but I know what it feels like when it's coming on. So once I feel it, just tap early and often with heel hooks. Stay safe. So right here, he's thinking the same thing with my hand, but I'm trying to just jump into something. So I think he was thinking about doing the rolling arm lock like I do. And right now we're gonna play footsies again. So right now I'm relatively safe. Now I'm not. I'm in danger. I put in the boot on so he can't straight ankle lock me, and I'm trying to make sure he can't heel hook me. That's why we're both grabbing onto our arms, because if either one of us go back, we can attack the leg. So we're just kind of I'm fine staying here, because at this point I'm already fucking tired. So I'm fine taking this opportunity to just chill for a minute. So now he's working my other leg. Actually, no, my other leg is still safe. But I'm trying to let him figure for his legs, and then try to go for like this double trouble type position where I can basically heel hook and attack his calf, but he's not doing it. He's not letting me get it. So right here we're 50-50. He's on the advantage though. And I'm trying to work his other leg. But that's it. It was a nice toe hold. I couldn't get his leg around in time. He had this superior position, took advantage of it. So I love doing leg locks, even when I'm on the losing end. So right here, I like using that can opener when somebody's trying to sweep me like that. That way, if they push me back, I just pull on their head, so they can't push me all the way over. So I don't try to go. The can opener is technically a submission if you're in guard, but if they're in open guard like that, it's not really a submission. So it shouldn't be illegal in IBJJF, I don't think. Right here, I'm looking to step back for a knee bar and the straight arm block right here, if I can get it. And he's gonna look to take my back. And he does a really good job leg pummeling. See right there, that was really fucking good. Now he's trying to pull my leg in again for another leg lock, but I'm like, no. But see right here, see how he has my arm pinned down to the ground? This is what I do, and I didn't recognize it at the time, but right here, he's trying to do my shit right there. But I left my arm on the ground so he couldn't do it. But if he would have lifted my leg up, he would have got it. So that would have been embarrassing for me too. Thanks, Mauricio. But that was a good roll of me getting my ass kicked by a black belt. So that's the difference between. So you got to see the differences between, you know, a white belt and a purple belt, and a purple belt and a black belt, and then obviously a blue and a purple belt. So next up, who am I rolling with next? I forget this guy's name, but we rolled a couple times in the past. But I think he's a blue belt, if I remember correctly. Let's see, it's kids class in the background if you can hear it. It's kids Muay Thai in the background. Right here I'm thinking straight ankle lock right away. I need my taps back, goddammit. I didn't get nothing from Mauricio, so I'm trying to get my taps back. So I got one right away, just to get it over and done with. So now I'm gonna work for some control positions to get some of my win back if I can. But right here, give me an arm, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take his arm. But he does a really interesting defense that most people don't do, is that he reaches behind his back, and grabs his own arm. So I'm like, do I use like a lot of strength and try to just yank his arm out and just like kind of waste my strength, or do I just kind of try and find a way around this? So I put him in a leg scissor to try and choke him with my legs and try to get him to let go of his arms. So I'm not trying to use a lot of strength at this point because, you know, I still got more rolling to do. And he escapes pretty well. So I go back to side control, and I think I gift wrap him. Yeah, right there. I go for the gift wrap. See how I have his arm around his head with my arm. So it's like, it's called the gift wrap position. But he does a pretty good defense of like getting my arm stuck there. So when my arm is stuck, I can't reach back around and do anything. So I'm trying to put pressure on his neck right now just to get him to like let go of my arm. But he's not doing it. So I'm going to have to figure out a different way how to do this. So this is problem solving right here. I give up the gift wrap, and I just need to get him to let go of my arm because I need that arm if I'm going to do anything to him from this position anyway. So there we go, real quick. Get him to let go. Then I do the same straight arm lock position. This way I pull his body away from him. Sorry, I'm going to rewind for a second. Go back for a second, right here. So because he did that one defense where he stepped over, or we grabbed behind him, I pulled his arm away from him. You saw that? I pulled his whole body away with my leg. So, right. Let's go back again, just one more time so I can explain it better. Because I knew he was going to reach back behind his body again. So I secure it first, and I step over from the mount, and then I pull his body away. See right there? That way he can't, you know, reach back underneath his body and grab his hand. So that worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it did. So we're going to go again. I'm going to take the bottom, I think. Yeah. Half guard with a knee shield in, even though it's kind of it's not a really great half guard right here because his knee's kind of almost through. But it's okay. There we go. That's better. And now I'm flattened out. That's not good, but it's okay. I'm going to use the lockdown because at this point I'm really tired. So the lockdown I like to use to attack, but right now it's hard for me to attack with the lockdown because of my neck. Anytime I try to roll somebody with the electric chair, it's hard for me to do because it hurts my neck. So right now I'm just trying to keep them in the lockdown just to buy myself some time because I'm getting tired at this point. I just want to not be tired. So right there I just did the electric chair, but you can't see it because it's off camera. But it's hard for me to do with my neck the way it is right now. So I'm trying to get him to tap from the electric chair, but he's not tapping. And there's a few things that's going to happen off camera, so I'll just fast forward a little bit. So I don't know what I got him with to get us back on camera, but okay. So that was the end of our roll. So now there's another guy that's coming up. I forget his name too. He's a white belt that's been rolling. He's been doing jiu-jitsu for a couple of months now, I think. We've rolled a couple times. And he's pretty good for how long he's been doing it. So I think he's going to stick around for a while. Some guys don't stick around for that long, but I think this guy's, you can tell, he's taped up his feet. You see that? That means the guy's going to stick around. He doesn't give a shit about mat burn on the top of his feet. That's probably why his toes are taped and the top of his feet are taped. It's because of mat burn. So right here I just pull double butterfly guard, or butterfly guard really. I'm just trying to see what he's going to do here. Go to the knee shield again, half guard. And then right here, I think I get a quick straight arm lock. Right there. Boom. It's already locked in. Kimura. Bam. Tap. So that was really, I don't know if you guys could catch that, but it's like a really quick. Anytime somebody reaches in there's room, I'm not zoomed out enough, but actually, can I zoom out? If there's room, like right here, any sort of room, like a couple of inches. See how he's reaching out? And then I grab his wrist right there. And I right there, I reached over and then pull a Kr0nus. So if you try to attack somebody like that, don't reach in so far when you're in half guard like that, or in any guard really. Try and work up their body. So I catch a lot of guys like that they reach too far and overextend, and then I just snatch an arm up. That's one of my favorite ways to get a straight arm lock. And this is the same guy, same new guy that somebody's rolling with, going hard as fuck. And right here, we're just kind of hand fighting. I'm trying to see what he's going to give me. So, whoop, I'm still there. A little breakdancing. So right now, I'm thinking about doing what am I thinking about doing? So he's high, so I'm thinking about doing the scissor sweep, but he ends up getting on top. So I just take the lockdown. So and I'm thinking about electric chairing the guy, but at this point I'm really tired. I don't think my neck can take it. And he does a pretty good job. Yeah, he got out of it really nicely. So that was a really good way to get out of it. A lot of people ask me how to get out. That's not the main one that I say how to get out, but that obviously was effective. He got me. And now he's in mount, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble now. So right here, he's going to go for a rear naked choke, and I got to tap. Just from that alone, like the pressure that he's putting on my neck, I have to tap. So I was going belly down, I couldn't stop it, and there's nothing I could do to protect my neck anymore. So I had to tap. If my neck was stronger, I'd be able to do a little bit more, but I couldn't. So right here, he's giving me his legs, so I was like, thank you. This is kind of a shitty straight ankle lock. If you see, my arm is way too low, but I can still get it. It's just not the way I like to do it. I like to have the hand up as high as possible on my chest. I think of it as like a guillotine on your foot. I don't like it when it's like real low, because when it's too low, like the leverage point is like way too low. So I have to go like really far back to get a straight ankle lock. So now he keeps giving me his legs, right? So I don't like I said before, I don't like doing the same submission over and over again. But if you keep giving me the same thing, like I'll do it. So right here, I'm just trying to get side control. But he's doing a really good job of stopping me from stepping over. So I'm gonna try to force my way through. Same can opener to get through, but he's doing a really good job of keeping me off of him. So right now, I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to pull me in an armbar, but that shit ain't gonna happen. So I think that's what he was trying to do, though. Maybe if we had a gi on, he could have done that, but you shouldn't do that from the bottom anyway. I try to pull somebody in like that. So right now, I have his foot again, so I'm like, well, I'll just take it. See, I was just thinking to myself, fuck it. I'll just take it anyway. So there we go. Same thing. So I mean, if it's there for long enough, I'll take it. Especially when I put somebody there, and for like more than like 5 seconds, and they haven't addressed it at all, then I'm like, well, you deserve it. So, I told him I was going to show him how to defend it later. I wanted to show him that day, but it's my 40-minute roll day. So next time I see him, I'll show him the straight ankle lock defenses, all the ones I do. Right here, I'm thinking about the electric chair. No, I'll go to a leg lock. All right. But then I was thinking I just did a leg lock twice, so I'll let it go. So I want to see what he's going to do from here, how he's going to get up. So, and I'm really tired at this point. So this is a bad position for me. Oh, no. I let him take my back, and then I do a straight arm lock. That's what I was doing. There we go, and he taps. So let me rewind this, because I forgot I did this. This is something I learned from a guy named Dark Alamo. And he was a really good blue belt when I was there, or when I was a white belt. And he showed me this. He did like this straight arm lock. He'll let somebody take his back and then straight arm lock him from like the front. It was like so fucking weird. He used to give me with it all the time. It was like super frustrating because you think you're in a good position and all of a sudden you're the one tapping. So it's kind of embarrassing. See right there? I reached over. Yeah, it started super early. That's why I didn't catch it. So I reach over his arm, right? Hold on. Where's it at? I'm going to come forward a little bit. So it comes around again. I'll show you exactly where I reach over. Because I'm going to give him my back on purpose. Right there. I already reached over. See how I reached over? And I'm going to let him take my back. And he's going to forget. See how his arm's already straightening out? Right there. Boom. And I'm going to straighten out again. Tap. So, that's a really good... I mean, if you're a white belt, definitely don't do that. Because don't give up your back. But if you want to take a chance to get like a kind of a sneaky tap, you can do something like that. If you're comfortable with probably getting choked out, you can do something like that. But like I said, it's nothing I would recommend like to learn how to do. It's just kind of like one of those things. You still have a Hail Mary, and if you get used to it, then you get more comfortable with it. So right now you can tell I'm tired, but I can still react to him though. It's okay. I'll look for his arm again. That was a quick straight arm lock. So it was the same deal I was talking about before. He reached out too far. So watch how he reaches out. Bam! Right there. There was too much space in between his body and his elbow. So anytime I see that, I'm gonna look for that straight arm lock. And just like how quick that was, that's how quick I can get it. I mean, I didn't speed that up at all. So And now I think Edgy is going to get me next. That's the guy who just stood up. He is a black belt as well. I think he does. It's either that or Lucas. Actually, I think it's Lucas. Yeah, that's the guy. That's Lucas in the background. This guy's really good at triangles, so if he's going to get me anywhere near a triangle, I'm just going to tap, because his triangles are super tight. And he's really flexible. And this guy is, I believe, a blue belt, unless he just got promoted to purple, but I'm pretty sure he's still blue. I missed promotions last time, so here we go. Take knee shield again, and then I'm going to go for an easy sweep because his arms are compromised. I use the lockdown to off-center his balance, and then I see his arms around my neck, so nothing's defending that one side. So I'm just going to flip him over real quick. It's a pretty simple sweep right here. I'm just going to turn my whole body over, and he has nowhere to stop it. See? And I controlled his other arm, so he has to go that direction. So I'm just going to sit here for a second because I'm tired. I'll be honest. So I'm thinking about straight arm locking him. We rolled for a while, so he's not going to let me do it. So right here, I'm trying to figure out a way how to separate his arm from his body. And I'm thinking about maybe an Americana, but I'm probably not going to get it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to fuck around with his arm and see what he gives me. Because at this point, I don't want him on top of me, and I'm tired, and I don't want to be in his guard. But I want to make sure that I'm still attacking, though. So I'm going to look for a way to try and separate and try. See right there, I'm going to use my head. I'm going to try to go for a head-down triangle. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. But I couldn't step over because he cupped. Yeah, the way he had his knee, there was no way I could flip over. So I was thinking I could just kind of sit it for a minute and see if I can get. See if I can get the head-down triangle just from right there. Oh, sorry, the clock ran. Jesus, my camera stopped recording, so I had to start with the next round, which is with Edgy. But I didn't get the head-down triangle, so I think he tapped me once with a triangle, and I got him, I think, once with something. So this is me and Edgy, and he's a new black belt, but he's legit. He's really good. His darces are super dangerous. And so are his guillotines. So, you know, attacking my neck is what he's good at. And I don't want him to attack my neck. So, and he's getting really good at leg locks as well. And that's not all he's good at. That's just like what he's really good at. Is definitely like his darts and guillotines and stuff like that. And right here, I know he's thinking about doing a, what do you call it? What's that roll? What's the name of it? Imanari roll. And I'm thinking, I'm going to try to step in between his leg and then go for a knee bar, but he wasn't letting it. He wasn't letting me get it. So right here, I'm trying to reach behind him to his foot so I can stop him. But then I'm thinking straight arm lock right here. And so I'm going to almost get this, if I remember correctly. So right here, I straighten it out, and then he even said something, so I kind of let up a little bit. And then I stopped. And then I couldn't get it anymore because I ran out of strength. Couldn't get it. And then he taps me. Because you can't see it in the video, but he actually pulls his arm behind me in like Kimura's me. See, watch right here. He's gonna pull my arm behind me right there, and he keeps pulling after tap. So it's a really good way to defend a Kimura attempt like that. Is if you grab your own hands like an S grip, and then you just pull the opposite direction, you can end up Kimuraing them. So that's one of the ways I like to defend against a Kimura. Is grab my own hand and just pull it all the way through. They'll have to let go. Unless they're like super strong. But even then, there's so much pressure. I don't think even a really, really strong guy can stop that. So right here I'm thinking of trying to elevate him up and try and get a quick leg lock. But he grabs my foot right there, so I couldn't do it, and he hops over. So it was a good way to deal with the butterfly guard. So I do the same like little ghost escape, spin around. I'm thinking go for an arm right here if he gives it to me. See how there's separation with his arm? But I need to have my hand on his wrist, my left hand on his wrist to start that sequence. And he's doing a good job. See how he's hiding it now, because he knows my game. So and right there, I'm still trying to go for it. I'm doing a really bad job because I'm telegraphing it, but I'm tired. So and see, I'm trying to get that wrist control, but he grabs my wrist, and now I can't Kimura him at all. Now he's probably thinking about, attacking my head. Yeah, there we go, right there. And right here, shit sucks for me. But I have the lockdown. So that's what's saving me right now. Is the lockdown is keeping him from going up my body. So, and right now I'm thinking about using the lockdown to bring him back up. He's trying to Ezekiel me, but I push my hand in between so he can't Ezekiel me. So that's a good way to buy yourself some time. If somebody's going to Ezekiel you, is push your own hand in and stop the Ezekiel. Or stop the other hand from coming through. So right here I'm just fighting to survive. I'm using the lockdown to stop him from coming out my body. I'm trying to elevate him a little bit and then try and go to deep half. But right here I realize that I'm rolling with edgy, and deep half is not the way to go because he'll fucking yank my head off. So I'm trying to grab his leg to go for the electric chair, but I can't get it. And he's attacking my arm right now. He comes back. I'm going to go for the lockdown again. There we go, to keep the pressure off me. And right now, I'm doing a pretty good defensive job, and I'm getting some of my gas back. So while he's attacking my neck. And see how I can pull him back down every single time he tries to come back up? Like, I'll let him come up a little bit, and then I'll pull him back down. And right here, I'm probably thinking about tapping. Yeah, right there. See, there's too much pressure on my neck. Yeah. It's not that I'm being a bitch, because I don't want to have a broken neck. All right? So... Yeah, and he's talking about how the shirt I'm like, I almost got him with. I never had him. I never had him in my car. If you watch Fast and Furious, you'll understand that too. So right now we're just bullshitting, which I'm fine with because I'm tired. It lets me start in a half or a side control, which I will take right now because I'm tired of shit and I've been rolling for a while. So now I'm thinking about a leg lock again. But I need to get my foot in between his legs, which is also kind of what he wants. Because see how he's sitting forward? He's gonna do like a side roll for Imanari, but we both are hip to like what we're both trying to do. So he's trying to Imanari me, and I'm trying to step back for a knee bar. I shouldn't have just laid down like that. That was some bullshit. That was real lazy. All right, I should have fought for that a little bit more. So right now he has my legs kind of laced together. Oh, that's time. Okay. So at this point I've been rolling for what, 35 minutes, something like that. So I'm pretty tired. And now I get to roll with a really good friend of mine, Mr. X. So if you watch the podcast, this is Mr. X. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like what, 6 years now. He's been doing it for longer than me, but when I first started, we were both white belts. So, and we both made each other better because we used to roll on Fridays all the time. We'd come on Fridays when there was no classes and roll for like 2 or 3 hours. And we had a lot of fun doing that. It was just me and him, and sometimes a couple other folks would come through, like Leo and somebody else, a couple other guys. We'd just hop in the octagon and just beat the shit out of each other for like hours on end. And we both got way better because of that. This is him. It's a good guard pass, but I got it to my knees, so. So right now we're just I'm trying to think how am I gonna get this dude to the ground. So I guess I'm just gonna take half guard like a bitch. Alright. I'm tired, y'all, so I mean you can tell. So right here, right there, too much pressure on my neck. Again, it's the same exact direction too. So yeah. So for those that rolled with me and they got those easy taps, sorry they were easy. So but I just couldn't take the pressure on my neck. But it's okay. I capped in time. There's no real damage done. My neck is doing all right. I actually just came back from physical therapy today, and it's doing a lot better. I just need to get the strength back on my neck. So me and Chris have rolled for a while. We both know each other's game pretty well. He's really fucking strong. So he can do the lockdown and tap me from just the lockdown because his legs are so strong. And he'll just put like a lot of pressure on my calf, and I have to tap. So I always avoid his lockdown. So I'm thinking about doing a deep half, but again I have to pull him on top of me. And we used to weigh around the same, but now he weighs more than me. So and I can't roll him to that side. I think at one point I tried to do like a sweep right here. Yeah, not enough strength. I'm like, dude, you're too heavy. So I didn't have the leverage. I should have went deeper on the half. On deep half, but again, I'm trying to protect my neck, so it's kind of a shitty entry in the deep half. Like I was really shallow for a deep half, so it wasn't a really deep half. I was trying to pull him on top of me when I should have put my body underneath him. So right here, I'm gonna do kind of an interesting sweep right there. I'm gonna end up in his guard, but it's okay. So basically, use the head and arm triangle to sweep him. Because when you do the head and arm triangle and he's on top, obviously one of his arms is dead. So I just rolled him to that side. It took more strength than I really wanted to use, but at that point I didn't want him on top of me. So right now I'm thinking about maybe doing an arm lock, but I'm in his guard, so I'm like, let's not do that. That's some stupid white belt shit. So I'm just thinking how to get out of his guard. I'm like, maybe open it up for me, and then he does. So now I pass his guard, go to knee on belly, and then I go to the other side, and I'm using like the last of my remaining gas tank here. So I'm going to use the gift wrap right there. So now I'm going to try and go for the Kr0nus position. Then I'll gift wrap him right there. And right here, I'm thinking armbar. Chris is really hard to armbar because he's fucking super strong. And he'll let you get the armbar position, and then he'll just get out of it. Right here, I'm going at an angle right here. And he has to tap. So I got it really tight, and then I go. So instead of, let me zoom out a little bit. Instead of trying to armbar and making the arm go out straight this way, try and make it go up this way. If you do that, it keeps constant pressure on them, and like it's way harder to get out of. So I've noticed that. I use that especially on guys that are stronger. Just using that angle, or anybody for that matter, using that angle, it really matters. Anyway, let's get back to the show. So right here, I'm thinking, let's get him down easy. Yeah, I just took his arm out from underneath him. That's all. And now I'm thinking, try to do a far side armbar on him, but his arm is up, so I can't really do it. But you can see how I'm trying to think about stepping over. That's why I'm trying to separate his arm right now from his body, keeping a tight side control. But he goes to his side again, so he's giving me basically the same thing. So I'm going to gift wrap him again, and then I'm going to step over with my right leg, and then suck that right leg into his waist, like near to his hips. You'll see it right here. Step, suck it in. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to step over with my other arm. With my other leg. Right here, step back, or step over. And then same thing, I'm going at an angle. See the angle? You can see it perfectly right there. And it's super hard to stop that motion, because I don't think your body's supposed to go that way. So, but it ends up being like a really effective way to finish an armbar. So if you're ever in an armbar position, and this is purple belt advice, by the way. I'm not a fucking expert. I mean, I'm pretty fucking good, but I'm not a black belt. But if you want to have a better finishing rate with your arm bars, and you're just going straight back, just try that one angle, and you should see your finishes to be a lot better. So right here, I'm trying to toe hold him, but I had the wrong side. Then I was going to get it, and then time expired. So there you go. That was my birthday roll. That was what, 40 minutes? Yeah, 41 minutes of rolling, and not bad for being 40 years old. I'm dead tired, but I'm good. You know, it was a good experience to go through. I got my taps in. I think one year I did this, I got literally 0 taps, but this year, as you can see, I got a lot better, and I got my taps in. This is why I love doing jiu-jitsu. You know, this for me, it's like catharsis, just going through and getting all the bad shit out, and just being able to physically exert myself and have some fun. So I don't know if you guys like this video, but I thought it'd be cool to like kind of commentate on my own jiu-jitsu videos and see what you guys think. If you have any questions on like any moves that I did, feel free to shoot me a message. You can do it at @BThenBTI on Twitter, or you can go to bthenbti@gmail.com. I'll put all the links and all that stuff and all the contact information in the video. So I hope you like what you saw. That's it. I'll just